What up bags, it's Jade today giving you the rundown of course the hairy and scary PTB. It's live now. If you don't know how to access it, click on the link in the comment section and it will show you how to get on it if you're on Xbox or on PC. One thing to note though, that Xbox Cloud players, you will not be able to play the early test version of the hairy and scary update. It doesn't look like they're going to be adding that in the future either. Now I've already shown you Axel of course, and within that I did take him on using the new Mantis armor. Today we're going to focus on the actual patch notes, which are frankly massive. So let's go, let's rattle stuff off so you're in the know, maybe while you're trying to take him on or getting prepared. Let's go. And if you need a guide on him and you're struggling, then go and watch the one that I've already posted after my live stream. It's a boss fight against Axel. Brand new mutation pheromone shot with big buffs for your buggies. New trinkets, a new recipe that you have to find. FYI, it's in the actual terrarium. The two new trinkets do come both from Axel. One automatic that you get the recipe for. You can basically go and craft it when you want. And the other's a rare chance, 1% chance of dropping. Got new furniture, the candle, throne and chest for Axel. Can't lie, the chest is something I did forget in my guide. Luckily it's only a PTB guide, but yeah, it now holds 60 items. It's pretty much the same size as the pine chest that we used to have in Grounded 1. Axel stuffed and wall mount. No, it's not a giant massive tarantula, it's only a claw, but you can get both the luck bonus and a damage bonus from these, although it seems to be a bit broke at the moment on the PTB. Brand new weapons, the spear, great bow and arrows. We did think that we was going to be getting another set of daggers, but it looks like actually that was a trinket. The spear is good for venom, as is the great bow when you're using the venom arrows. Otherwise it just does a whole lot more damage, but it's a bit slower to use. The Axel armor set is good as well. Obviously suiting ranger builds. A lot of the stuff here is designed to either give you venom and lots of critical hits, or keep your buggy really in top condition. Pretty much the Beastmaster summons, where you'll give them health when they're attacking, giving them more damage when they're doing critical hits. So really I like the idea of this, that armor sets can have a real mix now of either aiming towards one style play or the other. There's a new build menu. I'm not a big fan, I can't lie just yet. I preferred the radial menu that we had before. Apparently PC players kicked off about it. Boo. But I don't know, maybe I've got to give it a bit of time and get used to it. But for me, using the controller, it was simpler and easier using the radial menu. There is a holiday update for Halloween. It's going to be only for October. Trick or treat buildings can be bought in the ranger station. At the moment, I don't know if this is actually properly live on the PTB, because there was nothing for me to buy when I went and checked. It was only the Peblet Foundation's bug still there. So if you're not seeing this, obviously I'm guessing it's not going to go live to the 1st of October, but you will see them in creative mode. New spooky ambiences, candy corn replaces some resources in the world, and I do believe there's a hidden trinket with that as well. New buildings, wolf spider rug, a whole bunch of different pine stuff there, including a new lounger, a skull mount, a stool and a table. Scorpion bed and scorpion lamp. The praying mantis armor set has now been added. Again, it is a rogue set, giving complete protection against gas, and obviously a whole bunch more stuff. And this is where we start going through just a huge list of stuff, so let's go. Lock in. Community requested set bonus information is now in the explore pop-up. Hot pouch is now available while riding a buggy. Hot patch now permanent in the inventory screen. All weavers now won't receive full damage. Quality of life improvements on all weaver navigation. Improvements on the repair button for buggies. Scab now emits small light at night. Feedback for throw starts as soon as input is pressed. Improvements on feedback for the lean-to interaction. Bunch of audio issues have been fixed. Combat balancing, preliminary patch notes for full update. This is the pass and combat stats as we prepare for tier 3 combat content. Basically, they've gone ahead and nerfed rogue. Baseline critical hit damage multiplier has been reduced. Baseline stun damage multiplier has been reduced. Baseline parry stun reduced. Light shields do stun more though. Rogue armor critical hit chance is slightly reduced. Boo! There we go. All of Dinky's videos now are pretty much redundant. He'll have to go and make some new ones. But he had a good time with this. I like armor and stuff to be fun, and obviously have got a history of kind of balancing the fun out of stuff sometimes. But let's face it, the critical stuff with the rogue was really just so OP. Weapon tweaks, dual wield final damage multiplier slightly reduced. Critical hit chance for following weapons have been adjusted. Weaver daggers, wolfsbane daggers, icicles, mosquito needle, mighty claws and northern shredders. Fist weapons attack deal less stun, but they've adjusted the mutation as we see further down. Bow damage has been reduced. No, why would you reduce bow damage? Bows and magic are already like the worst classes because they just don't have enough going on. Like sure, maybe now with the new Axel armor it could be a bit better, but I don't know. Trinkets, Stabby Stinger deals bonus stabbing damage with finishers. Blistering Boiler, spicy damage and sizzle has been reduced. The Mycologist badge attack damage downsize reduced. Northern Armour, Crippling Strike set bonus immobilise the target for a short duration instead of stuns. Ambush attacks only work on angry creatures like the mutation. Mutation adjustments. Ambush, dagger critical hit damage multiplier has been reduced. Ambush only works on angry creatures. Ambush unlocks progression only counts against angry creatures. Assassin dash strike critical hit chance has been reduced. Critical hit damage with daggers and sickles has been reduced. Smasher, the damage multiplier while creatures are stunned has been increased. Sharpshooter, critical hit chance with charge shots has been reduced. Little Fist, mastery stun reduces slightly. Reliable Friend, revive time has been adjusted. Man, they really need to add another buff for Reliable Friend. It totally should have something else like, if it's equipped, maybe a Healbassa can revive a buggy. Acorn Turret, turret damage against all creatures has been reduced. Why would you nerf the turret? There's literally no point in using them other than having some really OP base defences. Maybe they're getting ready for the Ladybug mount, which is going to have a turret on it. Creatures, Bombardier Beetle resists stabbing instead of smashing damage. Weakness to fresh has been reduced. Wolfspider resist to stabbing has increased. Health increased. Praying Mantis health increased. Yeah, I don't mind them changes because they were relatively easy. UI adjusting translations better fit UI. And then lots of optimization. I'm not going to list all these, but you get the idea. Lots of graphic options for PC, but not Xbox obviously, but some of them should filter through in the future anyway, just by helping out with performance. They reckon there's a 15% stability gain from the last update. Major bug fixes, buggies no longer affected by the fixed bug locations from the game repair menu. They fix various crashes. Crash when loading a world with customised armour stand built. Crash where memory leaks that would lead to an out of memory crash. 50% of the GPU hang experienced 0.1.3 should be fixed in 0.2. Having full inventory in a two-handed weapon on a buggy will no longer result in losing the weapon. Finally. I've lost so much gear to this type of bug. Not even just two-handed weapons, but one-handed as well. Resolved an issue where backpacks could fall underneath after a player's death. Fixed the bug where players could get stuck in the onboarding facility by using the PTS. Fixed various more duplication methods. RIP. Resources will no longer respawn on high foundations. Fixed the bug where clients could not repair. Fixed various out of the world gaps in the terrain. We'll find them outbounds, don't you worry. Any fix that changes the map in any way has a chance to move geometry, your base, and as an after result we plan on doing these fixes always as batches in the future to help display if your base is affected. Fix the bug where clients were losing all their equipment when a save was transferred via import save option. Fix the photo mode speed exploit. No, what? That one's fun. Okay, additional bug fixes. Round 2. Issue where alternating between player and buggy's backpack and resource analyzer could result in game crash. Issue where Grounded 2 did not launch properly on Steam Deck. Tweaked flickering on distant environments on Xbox Series S. An issue where frame rate drops significantly when players joining the game with teams in different locations. Issue where freezes occurred when joining a multiplayer session. Issues where FPS drop below 20 when browsing the radial wheel. Bunch of issues have been fixed with the Omni tool showing the wrong kind of prompts, also stuff to do with the hotkeys not working and various other menu and UI stuff that I won't necessarily read off. But a big one to know is that HandyNat should work correctly in build mode etc and shouldn't have inverted controls, especially on controller as well. I have changed and updated the snail shells plastron's description. I do believe it doesn't need snail shells to repair now. I'm guessing it's going to need rubber and something else, or that will be the plan in the future. Resolve an issue where red soldier ants were aggressive towards players mounted on red soldier ant buggy. An issue where mounting a bug in first person view resulted in a reduced pickup range for the player. An issue where buggies could become permanently unavailable. Issue where thrown bandages behave identically as Healbassas when mounting a buggy. An issue where dismounting a buggy and snap to grid function were bound to the same key by default. False dismount dealt damage after falling on a buggy has now been fixed. An issue with items disappearing when moving items to buggy inventory, that's been fixed. Bug where POIs were not updated in data tab after player discovers POI on buggy. Fix the bug where buggy becomes unresponsive for players after leaving multiplayer sessions. Issues with all weaver buggies colliding with clovers. Issues with neutral characters losing aggro when players mount a buggy. Resolved an issue where a client could duplicate any haulable item like grass planks or buggy eggs by leaving the multiplayer session and rejoining. Fixed the bug where players were able to avoid fall damage by dismounting the buggy right before impact. Boo! Resolved an issue where the player was forcibly dismounted from the buggy while blocking and having one stamina bar left. Address that lack of animations, visual and effects for clients while being on buggy and in gathering mode. An issue where your buggy will turn once its safe message wouldn't appear, especially in restricted areas. Resolved an issue where buggy could hatch as hostile. Correct an issue where soil near a pipe leading to the statue had no collision for the red soldier ant. And fix the bug with white frames around buggy stamina bars. Bunch more audio issues, I'm not going through them. Bunch of localization, yep, that's done as well. Some quest stuff's probably important. Resolved an issue where the mixer could not be activated after clients did all the antennas and stashes. An exploit where players could grind mutations on disengaging orc creatures has been fixed. So no more just restarting the mixer. Fixed an issue where the players were not able to get back up to the tutorial PTS machine. I didn't know that was a thing, so I guess that's cool. You can go up there now if you just want to explore a little bit or get another view. Resolved an issue where there's more quest line would not trigger correctly. A bug where orc transmitter entry in the survival guide was blank. Fixed a bug where progression bar for ambush mutation was not working. Resolved issue where headless burgle point of interest had low quality texture. An issue with a specific Orc Weaver Junior unlocking the regular Orb Weaver Junior card. A bug where the first tutorial for milk molars could appear before leaving the onboarding facility, and corrected an issue where the respawn tutorial was hidden behind the respawn time screen for host and client. Okay, more gameplay stuff. Issues to do with the resource finder not showing stuff correctly. Issue with the frenzy mutation not triggering while using icicles. Issue with the visible out of the world holes in the ceremony region, the entrance region, and again the ceremony region. They've listed it twice. Resolved an issue with the out of world gap in the picnic table area. They've basically fixed a ton of spaces where people were falling out of the world or being able to get into the outer bounds. Also made sure that the orc mixer now works as intended. You can't just stop it before it's finished to keep farming orc creatures. And likewise, if you've done all the quests and transmitters, the orc mixer should activate as properly now as part of the quests. Yeah, so if you fail the mixer, it should work as intended, but you can't farm it. Milk pods have also been correctly placed now. They won't spawn so rarely. Mosquito orc creatures have been added properly now to the statue. The ants are having too much of a natter around the toxic anthill water cooler. And lots of issues where players could get stuck or their buggies get stuck in various parts of the world. Also, bandages don't work as heal batter anymore when you drop them while riding a buggy. Fits an issue where foliage was growing through buildings. A bug that made some enemies spawn buried in the ground. Issue of difficulty of statue's route. That's good because it's not completely obvious where to go when you're going up there. An issue where the Omni tool was invisible during pickup animation on Xbox Series X. Bombardier beetles would spawn inside geometry. Navigation bug around the old root barrier blocking the entrance to the frisbee hedge. An issue where the red ants could spawn inside the ground nearby the entry to the hatchery anthill south entrance. Issues where ladybugs could be noticed roaming inside the anthill. Mantis could aggro or lose aggro on the player mid-combat. Where the praying mantis nymph was not attacking the player when it was pinned to the wall. Bug where recycling buildings was manted would not refund all the materials. That's obviously a big one, that was happening a lot. Also, I don't know if it's fixed here, but bear in mind gold cards aren't triggering either if you loot bodies while on your buggy. Issue with creatures killed by sizzle status effects not giving roasted meat. Issues where cockroaches were trying to interact with buried candy. Correcting issue where crow feathers will get stuck in the air. I love actually that they've had to mute the word cock. Come on now, Obsidian. We're all adults here. I mean, well, teens. Fixing issue where specific Warp Junior bodies would explode in all directions. Man, I like that effect. The Mantis eye colouring on the Orc Mantis has been changed. They've adjusted the Orb Weaver and the Orc Weaver Junior eyes as well. Bunch of issues clipping with stones. Dead roots not properly attached to the environment. Hole in the terrain in a toxic anthill. Mushroom obstacle could be bypassed without a proper Omni tool upgrade. That's in a toxic one. Address the bug where player lost momentum when jump attacking with dual wield weapons. Fix the bug where cockroach would spawn inside roots. Correct an issue where contrast between terrain and water in Toxic Anthill was too high. Fixed a bug that made it impossible to build on certain objects. That hopefully means we can build a bit more freely. A bug that enabled building anywhere by zooming. No, rip. Resolved an issue where aphid honeydew was not found by resource finder. Fixed the issue where player could get stuck between trash bags. Issue where heavy post process was visible on specific resources. Issue where handing that movement swapped with the players. Issue where the player was aimed to place floor on top of foundations. Correct an issue where the player could spawn a mount inside the ice cream cart. Issue with shaking camera in photo mode. Ants losing their track while carrying loot. One-sided textures near the border of grass games. Omni-tool animation not appearing right after an attack. Player could equip Omni-tool while frozen. Levitating character in photo mode while crouched. Teens were clipping through the ground in specific spots in the Pine Hill area. Issues where the pine cone was clipping with a stone. Gap in the statue lab wall. A player got stuck next to the news camera. Issues where the team hands clip with the camera in first person. You get the idea. There's a lot of these clipping going on. And then lots of building and placement ones, including pallets could not be placed on single floor pieces. Players could duplicate items by using the chest. Light emitted by the Scab 2K was excessive by night. Buffs being lost upon switching weapons. Issue where players could jump out the playable area. Change light visibility in Might Cave. Lots of visual bugs to do with all over the world. They've balanced the difficulty obtaining the stolen optical disc. I'm guessing they've maybe made less ants, potentially? No, wait, it was all Scorpion in that one, wasn't it? It's the one underneath the decking. Issue where user settings weren't saving on disk. Issue with objectives and story dialogue appearing in creative mode. A bug that caused the wolf spider to become unresponsive. Bunch more shadow and VFX stuff been fixed. Fixed the bug where the stuffed wolf spider used an old model. I don't see any bug fixes there for Pete's back of his head. I hope that's been fixed. And so far, there's no fix for the moon jump. Let's pray they've left that one in. So there you go. I'm exhausted. Go and watch my guide on Axel if you're having trouble. I've got plenty more info coming in, and I probably will break down some of these changes in separate videos as well. So until next time, Ratbags, I'll catch you later.